What's going on YouTube? My name is NC Squared and welcome to NPL Season 3 Week 5 battle against your boy Sheer Force, coach of the Long Island Golducks. Sorry about that. I am your coach of the Litchfield Park Larvitars, and we are getting ready into this battle right away. As soon as Logitech tells me that my webcam controller can go away, we are going to get right into this battle because you know, obvious reasons, because we know we all got to get into this battle. He brought the beginner, he brought the chestnut, the chandelure, the seismitoad, which I kind of expected him to bring, the Uxie and the mega pincer. Those are kind of the, at least 4 of them I thought he was going to bring. I kind of thought he was going to bring someone else, completely forgot, but I expect the Magirna, I expect the seismitoad, Uxie, and the mega pincer. Chestnut and chandelure were kind of able to switch out and stuff like that. I'm going to assume chandelure is mainly for the aggron. That's one of its main purposes, and maybe if it carries energy ball for the Alamola. But let's get on into this. I made some pretty bad plays here, so we're gonna get right into it. I send in my mega aggron first, just so I can get my rocks up for that chandelure and that pincer. Of course, it'll be quite effective for the pincer because not only is bug, sorry about that bug, but it is bug flying, and I'll just put any damage on the thing. But he hits me with a taunt here, and I'm like, well, that kind of just fucks me over because now I can't get my stealth rocks up and I have to switch out. I go for the Intimidate on my beautiful Gyarados here, which it does quite a bit to this chestnut. So I switch out, I go back out in the Alamola, predicting him to go in the Seismitoad here, predicting the Waterfall, or predicting something here. So kind of get the good switch, get the Toxic on this thing ASAP. Thankfully we didn't miss Toxic this week. You know, obviously damage is going to get brought out. And he goes into Uxie, which I just go for the Wish. Nothing too special here. He goes for his Stealth Rocks. I go for the Toxic. I get my Wish back. I think I go for another Wish here. Just so I can stall this thing out maybe. He's going to switch out here. He's probably going to go into his Chestnut again because it's Water type, obviously. And I believe I go back out into my Gyarados. Or I go in my Emboar here, which he goes for Leech Seed. Now, here's the thing. I could have gone for 2 moves here. 1, I could have gone for Earthquake, predicting the chandelure, or 2, I could have gone for the Earthquake, predicting the chandelure, or the Flare Blitz, just to literally kill this thing and literally kill anything else on his team, because his team has a very bad fire weakness other than Seismitoad. So I just wanted to kill this thing right away because I knew it was going to be a threat on my team. So I just go for the Flare Blitz here, but you know what? Sucks to suck. It goes out into his chandelure, which activates the Flash Fire ability, which just sucks on my part. I believe if I would have gone for the Earthquake, I could have maybe brought this thing down to quite a bit. Oops, sorry, I just hit my mic. Earthquake would have probably been the better choice here. Obviously, the only Pokemon in his team that is immune is Uxie. But it definitely would have hit the chandelure pretty hard. I think it would have OHKO'd maybe. But obviously, I don't know the calc, so I'm not going to just fret about it. I should have just gone for Earthquake here, predicting the chandelure, and now the chandelure, just the ability to set up in me no matter what. He goes for Substitute. I lower my Toxic. He's just getting his health back with leftovers. He goes for Shadow Ball here, does quite a bit of damage from that crit, almost in range to kill me, so I literally just at this point have to sack this thing off because I can't. I do. I forgot I carry Regenerator on Alamola. So I just go into my Goodra here. Probably the answer to this thing right now at this point. He goes for Substitute again. I go for Thunderbolt, which breaks the Substitute, thankfully. He goes out into his Magirna. I go into Thunderbolt again. He gets 13%, and I get blessed by the heavens of Arceus and get the paralysis on this Magirna. Now, you guys don't realize how great that is for this Magirna. Magirna is definitely something I can kill with Emboar at this point now. Or I can switch into any other Pokemon and just wreck house on this thing. So I switch on out and I go on to Mega Aggron here to hopefully do some pretty heavy work. Goes for Fleur Cannon. Gets that special attack drop quite nicely. He goes on to his Joey Bosa here, which I kind of expected him to because it resists Mega Aggron. I go for Stealth Rocks here, so now I can finally get some damage dealing business done on here. I predicted him to go for Drain Punch here. And he goes for the Leech Seed instead, which kind of just, at this point, drains my Alamola to 0. He goes for Seed Bomb, kills Alamola, of course, which gives me time to bring in the Gyarados here. But Gyarados is, oh sorry, that's my phone. Gyarados gets pretty affected by the what's it called, the rocks, and that's very unfortunate. I really need to carry Mandibuzz if there's rocks on my team from now on. So he's gonna switch out. He's gonna go to Seismitoad here. I'm gonna go for the bounce, and unfortunately I don't kill with bounce. I thought maybe I could kill with bounce. I could do some heavy damage on the rest of his team here with Gyarados, but maybe instead I probably should have gone for D-Dance. I feel like if I were to have gone for D-Dance instead of bounce, I could have done something more, but I went for bounce on the turn he switched in. So if I would have gone for D-Dance and then bounce, maybe I could have killed, but it's whatever at this point, you know, put it aside. You think of plays later on after the play is over, and you're just like, damn, I should have just gone for that instead of this. But again, in the heat of the moment, you don't know what's going on. I go for Psychic here and kill. Tapu Lele picks up another kill on the season, which blessed this thing. He goes for Aiden Power, and this is where I realized that he was Assault Vest. Assault Vest Magearna only takes, again, about 23% health from this, but without Assault Vest, it takes about, you know, of course, about 46% is what I calculated out to be. It goes and it gets paralyzed turn 2, so that kind of sucks for the Magearna. And I believe it had Pursuit. That's why it went first. I don't know, that paralysis actually kind of mattered there, because if it didn't get, I would have gotten Pursuit and I probably would have died. So Pursuit is definitely something I need to be wary about Tapu Lele for, which I haven't been able to, I guess, grasp Pursuit around my team lately, because Tapu Lele is definitely something I need to worry about. So he gets paralyzed again. So at this point, Hax is in my favor, but again, Sheer Force is just the badass as he is. I go for Earthquake here, predicting the Chandelure again, but he makes a read on me again. Being a good guy he is, but good battler he is, he goes into Uxie here. Now I have to force switch out, and I go on Mega Aggron here because mainly I can take a hit or two, but he makes a smart move, gets that get that U-turn out, get that I guess push to go and finally take this battle to take his. He goes for Drain Punch here. Doesn't do a lot of damage, but again, I am a Mega Aggron, so I switch him out. Hopefully I can get the Chandelure out here, but I get the Uxie out here, and I think the Uxie just wrecks me with Shadow Ball here with the crit. Not entirely sure if the crit mattered. I had full investments in what's it called? Special defense. I was 252, and I was a Careful Nature. I had 252 HP, but again, I don't know the calcs. The crit may have mattered. Maybe it didn't. Oh well, I did only 18.6%. And well, he has a Citrus Berry, and now I'm kind of screwed. So I go on to Gudra here, and again, this beautiful monstrosity is just bulky as hell, and I literally had to take it down. And he gets another crit here, so crits are in his favor today, just not mine. But crits are in his favor, and hacks are definitely just weren't in my favor. He goes into his Pinsir here, which I kind of am afraid of, so I had to just stay in here. He clicks a return, and he just kills me right here, and I get the Gooey off it, thankfully. So I go into Tapu Lele here. I believe Tapu Lele just kills here, but he switches out and he goes into his Magearna, in which I click Psychic. It's resisted, but it does do a crit, and I go for Moonblast here, hoping to kill, but again, I realized too late that he was Assault Vest, and although I was Life Orb, I was kind of calc to kill. I think I did get a low roll here, but it didn't matter. It was still 6% left. I probably should have gone for Psychic again, but down goes my Tapu Lele, and Soul Heart activates, so it only puts him at -1 instead. And I have the choice here to go for any move in my arsenal, which I am carrying Stone Edge, Earthquake, who is Superpower, and Flare Blitz, of course, and which I thought two of his Pokemon are super effective against Stone Edge. And if I were to have gone for Earthquake, he could have just gone into a Pinsir. If I would have just gone for Flare Blitz, he could have just gone out into Chandelure. So Stone Edge hit two of his three things, but the Chestnut is what did me in. Chestnut was definitely the MVP of this match for his side of the match. I didn't really have an MVP of this match. I'd have to say it's probably Alomola, just to get that poison off on everything, that poison off on Uxie. If I did poison that Uxie, it definitely wouldn't have been able to do well. I wouldn't have been able to do well against the Yuxi, nor I would have been able to do well against the Seismitoad. So Alamola is our MVP for this match. 2 weeks in a row, I believe. So again, great match to sheer force. He's definitely one of the better battlers in the league right now, being at 4-1. You can say what you want, but the record says it all. I'm 1-3 or 1-4 right now, and it's just I'm not doing too well. I need to definitely step up my game. So thank you guys for watching. I hope you guys have a great day, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.